If you value your time, why are you playing video games? As someone who dated a guy with more money than he will ever be able to spend over, like, 7 lifetimes, he would spend inordinate amounts of money on, like, Chinese gold sellers in MMOs. Like, in Ion alone, he probably spent around $55,000-$60,000 on buying items and in-game currency. And so these microtransaction cost versus time are targeting people like him who are willing to spend that much money because they want to play a game, but their time is more valuable than the rest of the plebs who are playing it that don't have hundreds of millions of dollars, basically. Why are you talking about Asmund like that? And it's like, I'm not saying this is my opinion. It's just like, I understand the mindset that some of these people have when these egregious types of microtransactions are put into games. Then why play the game then? Because it's another way that they get to feel superior over people, right? If they can just buy all of the maximum gear, but they have to watch all of the, like, you know, scrubs who work jobs and don't have millions of dollars struggle to get that same thing, it gives them kind of like a dopamine hit.
It's aimed at brainlets or not.
And
if
it's
does that work?
It did work. It's also why when I was playing Alchemy Stars, my biggest gripe when they started putting in events in Alchemy Stars, it's a gacha game, and I know how some of you feel about gacha games. My biggest gripe is when they started putting events in that game, unlike in Azure Lane or in Arc Knights, playing the event in-game, you could not finish the event unless you spent money. Because you as a free-to-play person, you did not have the time when they started putting out events to have your units up to the point they needed to be in order to finish every single stage in the events. And my complaint was, when there's limited time events, all of the event stages and all of the items from the event, if the game is going to be egregious and force you to pay for the gacha, which Alchemy Stars is one of those games, it is not free-to-play friendly, or at least it wasn't when I played it. I don't know if it still is or if it's even still around. Those events should be accessible to every single type of player. You should not be locked out of stages in an event because you don't spend enough money on the game. We have bots in the chat. If mods can execute them, please. Thank you. What was I saying? I got distracted by the bot. I got distracted by the bot. Alchemy Stars. And there were some people in chat who weren't in my community, but they were from Alchemy Stars, and Alchemy Stars didn't have a lot of streamers, so, you know, they hung around. And they were just like, I disagree with you, because if I spend money on this game, I want to make sure that I'm getting things other people don't have access to. I want the status of having items that people who don't pay cannot get. And these events that come around that are limited time, the people who don't pay for the game shouldn't get access to the event items. And it's that kind of mindset that drives the companies to keep doing the egregious things, because those type of people will still pay for it. That's what they want. Reminds me of the Family Guy quest for stuff. You couldn't get 25% of the way into an event without paying money. By the way, we're comparing a mobile gacha to a fucking $70 yeah. I mean, it's worse because you have to pay for Dragon's Dogma, but I'm not explaining, I'm not comparing, like, the gacha mechanics to the Dragon's Dogma mechanics. I'm comparing the mindset behind the people who will pay for those things in Dragon's Dogma. Because there were some people in the chat who were just like, but why play game if you value time? But why would you do this? It's brainlet farming. It's not. It's farming the narcissistic people who have more money than that know what to do with, and get enjoyment out of other people having to work harder than they do, or having to go without.